I did that with FDN for a year. They hired me for 30 hours a week or so. And within a year, my practice had grown so much, I had to put in my notice with them. I got to give it my all and give into this concept of having a virtual health practice and just take a leap. And I remember talking to my husband, Jeremy, about this. And I was like, I don't know what to do, where to start. And he's like, you need a business plan. And I froze. I was
what is that? And why are you asking me this? Yeah.
I just start taking clients. That feels really overwhelming. How about I just start helping people and making money? Let's just start there. And I just did. I just started doing it. And here we are from that, essentially,
So you started your online health business with no business plan. And I'm sure it was perfect from day one, right?
Oh, yeah. It was super perfect.
What really happened?
I had actually no idea what I was doing. I mean, luckily, FDN, that program, as you go through it, they give you some idea of what to do as a practitioner, like some kind of structure. So I just kind of well, let me take this and figure it out as I go. And it was really just about getting that first client taught me so much. Build the plane while you're flying it, essentially, which is what we say all the time, and figuring it out one step at a time. I reached out to some of my personal training friends and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I would love to partner with you and see how we can come together to help your clients get even greater results, because I knew their experience as a trainer and the whole idea of calories in versus calories out and eat less, move more is a bunch of bullshit. It's so overdone and doesn't actually work. I also had clients that were getting sick all the time or getting injured, and recognizing that those are just underlying issues of their health that I could now partner with these other trainer friends to actually help their clients get results, be better clients, because if their clients show up to appointments, they're making money. And all it took was one friend of mine, Charles, who was like, hey, I'll take you up on this. Let's figure this out. And he's doing amazing things right now. We're still connected. It's so funny. He's evolved too. But I was like, hey, you pay for the lab test. I'll do some pro bono work with you. And we helped fix his gut issues through that process. It was illuminating for him. And he referred me one client who then instantly referred me a colleague who referred me his sister. It just kept rolling to the point where I was matching what I was making at 24 Hour Fitness, that $70K, doing what I love doing.
Did it take you a couple years to find your stride?
Once I committed to it, yes, within the first year. So I had remember been building this, working at this corporate wellness company, kind of building this stuff on the side. And then I was still didn't trust myself. So I actually went and worked for FDN. They hired me as an affiliate marketing manager. I love to build relationships, and something that I've gotten into lately that's been a useful tool as an entrepreneur is understanding my human design, leveraging my unique qualities to get my gifts out into the world. My profile, I'm a 4/6. I'm a natural leader and a connector. I had no problem stepping in and connecting with Krista Orecchio and these big names, Tom O'Brien in the industry, and building a relationship with them, and then setting up joint venture webinars with FDN to sell FDN. I did that with FDN for a year. They hired me for 30 hours a week or so. And within a year, my practice had grown so much, I had to put in my notice with them.
I've experienced Jenn's healing powers too as a client of hers in her health practice. Really, really unique way of getting to just root cause of a lot of just laboring, stagnant issues that sometimes we don't choose to fix. I love this evolution that you've had, Jenn. Now I'm curious, has it always just been great while you've been doing your health practice? Has it just been up the whole way? Have you felt stuck?
There's been times when I definitely have thought maybe I should just go back and work for somebody else. It would be so much easier. In the beginning, I attracted a lot of the wrong clients. That was a learning experience.
The wrong clients will take you down.
I mean, I've also had people that would enroll, pay me $5,000 and then ghost me. That's insane to me. Here I am, feeling I have to deliver value. So I would send them a million emails and follow up with them. And then eventually just realize it's not on me, it's on them at this point. A couple years into being a practitioner, I ran into more health issues with mold in our house, then was triggered Hashimoto's and thyroid stuff. And all of a sudden, I started attracting people that had a victim mentality.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's dragging a lead weight, right? And I had to take a step back and go, what am I putting out there
to get this type of energy back.
Into my business. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went and looked at like how I was showing up in the world and how I was talking about my health stuff, I was like, oh, anything that's going on in our business, by the way, you guys, is like always a reflection of you.
Now with your business Holistic Health Boss, which is the health practice, you're not a solopreneur. You have people that help you. Like you've scaled the business. What was it like when you started just alone? You actually now help other folks set up their online practices too. So give us some info about that.
Well, when I got to about like 5 clients, I realized it wasn't scalable, all the manual work. So I instantly recognized the need to template, delegate, and automate specifically everything that I was doing. And this is where I drew from my experience in the corporate wellness company, like working with a CRM, really having to work with it from an account manager standpoint. Like a lot of people know CRMs from a sales and marketing perspective, but I had to use it in this whole different way of like automating the admin and the operations side of working with our clients, the account manager side of the corporate wellness thing, like working with the San Diego Zoo and managing their entire year of programming and contacts in there. And so I was like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to automate my business, which was a huge reliever of time. Then the system, the software is just doing everything for you. That was an investment of time and energy. It took me about 6 months to build that and then 6 months to test and tweak it to optimize it. Now, yes, we offer that to other practitioners. So take a year to automate their practice. They want it like now. But then, I still have a very small team. So I just started to notice what are the things I hate doing that aren't a good use of my time. I was the one reconciling my books once a month. I hated it. But I was like, this is awful. And it was taking me like 3 hours a month to do it. And I was like, I could be making $200 an hour for these 3 hours. And I could pay somebody $50 an hour who could probably do it in like a fraction of
like 30 minutes. Yeah.
So that was the first thing that I hired was a bookkeeper. I was like, this ain't worth my time. Somebody else reconcile my books. And that was huge, opened everything up. So the next person that I hired was a VA, virtual assistant. And if I were to give my virtual assistant a title, manager of operations, now that person does everything ops on the backside. And that virtual assistant, I hired that person in at 5 hours a week. She still only works 5 hours a week for me.
Oh, even as the business has grown.
Yeah, even as the business has grown, because as we've worked together, we've found ways to work more efficiently, right?
Sure.
We're leveraging like Asana, like our project management software, or we're leveraging our CRM to do stuff. We've been able to put like operations in place that help us work more efficiently. So I've been able to add more things to her plate for her to do within the same amount of time. And that's all been built over time. Like I didn't know how to do this. I didn't have shit together. I just was like, hey, jump on a Zoom with me. And while I'm doing this, I'm basically training you. Remember back in the day when you used to like work in an office and you would shadow people?
Yeah. Right.
That's essentially what I did. I just had my VA like shadow me. And then I was like, you write the instructions now, you own it, you run with it. Get it off my plate.
You're a really good delegator, though, I think, generally speaking. And sometimes entrepreneurs have such a chokehold on their business or certain activities in their business or just aren't trusting anyway. You definitely can't grow. I don't care what your business model is. Being a solopreneur is not the move for growth, for scale. So you recognize early, I don't want to do this stuff. Let me hire out. And you kept your team small while you've grown. There's theories that, as you scale, you get to a portion of your business where you're happy or it's thriving and it's, the systems are working, that's when you can start to add on additional income streams. You've done that, right? Over the course of the past few years. So now what's the whole Jenn ecosystem for entrepreneurship and health?
Great question. First, I really nailed down that one-on-one high-ticket client work. It's the fastest path to cash and financial stability. And so once that thing was like basically on autopilot, that gave me the mental freedom and space and financial freedom to now bring in other lines of revenue. So my health practice, I brought in group programs. Eventually, everything was just on autopilot, and I never thought that I would become a business mentor, advisor.
Because you didn't know how to do business.
Yeah. Like, I know. And people just started reaching out to me. Yeah, I love to help other people. And looking back, that's what I always did. And so I was like, let me get paid for sharing my wisdom. My health business is like running on its own because I got things locked down over there and brought in the business coaching side of it. Within the business coaching umbrella of what I do, we now have 5 different streams of revenue.
If you found this clip from the Power Moves Health Marketing Podcast to be helpful, then check out the next video or watch the full episode here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next big move in health marketing. Thanks for watching.